welcome to Nuggets for Life. This is Rick and LaWanda Banks. Our purpose here is to add value, change lives, and speak truth. Today, we want to talk about being productive and the signs that you see when you're unproductive. And I've noticed even in myself, when I'm unproductive, the motivation is not there, the desire is not there, the will to keep moving on is not there. And sometimes you lose the vision, or you lose the vision that was given to me in the beginning. So on that note, we want to be talking about how to be more productive, or how to get unstuck out of a place where you feel unproductive. And that's what we're leading towards today. So my question to you, and I think the number one, my personal thing, I think the number one thing that we need to do to get unstuck is to be consistent at doing what it is that we're supposed to be doing to produce the results that we want to produce. So that's just me, being consistent.
That's key. That's a key to getting unstuck. There's a lot of keys to getting unstuck, but she talked about consistency. When I think about that, that's talking about action. Being the place where you consistent action is consistently. I can't say the word consistently doing something, creating some activity. Intense activity will cure a lot of things. So a lot of times when you're stuck, you don't know what to do. There has to be some. If you just keep going, you just keep producing and keep having some consistent action towards something. That's gonna get you. That's gonna shake you loose right there. That's what we do. That's what happens to us sometimes. We get in a place where we're stuck. But here's what I want to say before we even get started. I want to tell you that don't get used to getting in a place where you're so stuck that you get accustomed to losing. You can be in a place so long that you get so familiar with losing, and you're not supposed to lose. And so we can get to a place where we consistently be in that place and develop a culture of losing. You don't want to stay there that long. I heard Jewel talk about this week when we was having breakfast with her. She said success moves fast. So to get out of a place that you're stuck in, you got to learn to move fast. You got to move with intense action. That'll get you out of being stuck. Sometimes we'll say, well, I don't know what to do. Do something. I'm telling you, it's going to get you out of being not producing. Because everybody gets in a place where they're stuck. I get in a place where we're stuck. LaWanda gets in a place where we're stuck. But we get in a place where we're stuck sometimes. But we don't have to stay there. And we neither need to stay there. Because I'm telling you, it's going to wear on you. And it's going to mess some things up. And you're going to begin to feel like it ain't supposed to happen for you. And I'm telling you here, as a man of God, I like saying that. As a man of God, I'm telling you, you can get from that place where you're at right now. Don't get accustomed to losing. You ain't supposed to lose. You're supposed to win. The Bible talks about this. It says that there are treasure in earthen vessels. That means there's something inside of you. In fact, when I'm teaching and when I'm coaching somebody, they got the answer already. Wow. I just learned how to pull that answer out of them to get the best results and produce the thing that they keep looking for. It's nothing that I have to know. It's just I have to get good at pulling what's already inside of them out of them so they can see it. When they see it, they get confidence. So that's a key. One key to getting unstuck in a position that you're in is you got to get back. LaWanda said it. You got to get back to seeing the thing that God showed you in the first place. Yeah. You got to get back to that thing. You got to get it back to seeing it so that you can do something about it. So you can develop some confidence in that thing, so you can have it.
So when you stuck in a place and you don't have, and I think too that you need not necessarily an accountability partner, but somebody to at least keep you motivated, keep you focused, keep you directed in what it is that you said you was going to do, or you believe God told you to do. Do you agree or disagree with that? Do we need somebody to push us sometimes?
Everybody needs somebody to push them because everybody needs a coach. I said this before. I said that Michael Jordan, I said that he's one of the greatest basketball players in history, but he had a coach. He had somebody to pull out the best inside of him. The coach saw some things inside of him, and the coach pulled it out. The coach wasn't good as Michael Jordan, but it was the coach that pulled the ability out of Michael Jordan. And so maybe an accountability partner. I got mentors that I listen to, I hear, because I know that hearing and listening is a key to getting to a place. Because even just, let me say this, I was stuck. You know, sometimes we get up in the morning and then we just don't feel like running. We don't feel like grinding. We don't feel like go and get it. I talk a lot about go and get it, making some things happen, but I don't feel like it all the time. I'm not up all the time. There are some times that I'm not feeling it, but those times I've learned how to get myself out of that situation by doing certain things that the Lord showed me. One of the things I did, I was in a place this morning and I just didn't feel like doing anything, but I know I had to do this, and I want you to hear me. I had to get down to my prayer closet. I had to get to a place and begin to develop myself. I like saying recreate myself in a spiritual. And let me say this before I get started with that. 90%, listen, we're talking about how to get stuck. I want to tell you this. 90% of all success is spiritual. Whether you're a Christian, you're a non-believer, you have the same faith we have. 90% of all your success, 90% of everything you do, 90% of you trying to get from one place to another is spiritual. It's only 10% that's technical. 10% that has your ability. You got the ability to do it. No, 90% of you is spiritual. So I know that. So for me to get unstuck, for we get in a place where we're unstuck, things are not working, business is not producing, I understand I have to get back to where I've been taught to do, and that is to get to a place of prayer. I begin to get not on my knees, but I begin to position myself, posture myself in a place of prayer. And I prayed, and I began to declare and begin to pray for about 30 minutes, so that until I prayed and pushed and prayed and began to unlock some doors. I knew I was unlocking some doors because I'm seeing things begin to happen. My mood began to change because I began to get into place. And then I started doing something that was key. And I want you to begin to do this. You get in a place of stuckness, I begin to declare who I am. I am a mighty man of God. I am a prophet of the Lord. I'm an apostle. I'm a multi-millionaire. I begin to declare who God said I was. I am a man of great wisdom. A man that begins to produce greatness. People come from miles around to hear what we say. I'm telling you, when I begin to declare that, I begin to position my life right back on track because of the fact that 90% of your life is spiritual. You got to understand that. You got to learn to speak it. I was talking to somebody today and they said, well, I'm at this place. The first thing I started doing is saying to her, you got to see it. You got to speak it all the time. Has nothing to do with what the situation is showing you. You got to begin to see it and speak what you want to see. Declare that thing. Declare that thing and believe it. I'm telling you, your declaration will line up your life. Your prayer will line up your life. We're praying people. And so we believe in prayer. That unlocks a lot of things. Things ain't going the right way. It will unlock some things. Yes. What do you believe about that?
I can agree with you on that, especially the 90% spiritual part. Because if you really, really think about it, I guess I don't know. But if it's in your heart, that's a spiritual aspect of you. If it's in your mind, that's a spiritual aspect of you. It starts with you believing it first in your heart and in your mind, and then you'll see the manifestation. Because once you believe it, you'll start doing more. the more you believe it, the more you do. The more you believe it, the more consistent you'll be. The more you believe it, the more disciplined you'll be in the things that needs to be done to produce what it is you're trying to produce. So I believe, yes, I agree with you with the 90% being spiritual part, and the 10% is just being the manifestation of. We just have to be consistent in doing it until the manifestation comes.
That's it. You got to keep doing it. Listen, keep pushing.
Even when it's hard, even when it hurts, and even when you don't even feel like it, you still have to be consistent to produce the things that we're trying to produce.
Okay. I'm telling you, listen, y'all, it's going to come. I know it don't look like it right now. I know kids all over the place, family ain't doing what they supposed to do, might not be doing what they supposed to do. Situation does not show you that you're going to be successful. Bills are coming left and right. Things are not, it doesn't look like what you saw. Or here's a better one. You got our faith? It doesn't look like what God said.
Right.
But your responsibility, you have a responsibility in this. Your responsibility is this: to keep praying, to keep declaring, to keep saying something, to keep believing what it is that God showed you. That's your responsibility.
Yep.
Don't worry about how it's gonna happen. Don't worry about I need this, I need that. I don't have the money. Don't worry about that. Don't look at those things. And then I remember when the children of Israel came back, basing it off of the Bible. When the children of Israel came back and they brought the fruit back, and they said that the land flows with milk and honey.
You do flow.
Okay, that's what they said. They came back, and then but there were some that began to say, but we can't take that land because the giants are in that land. And here's a key to that. I want you to hear that. Giants was in the land. Things was happening, and they saw things that wasn't what they thought they should see. But Caleb, the Bible says this. The book that I love to read. Let me just say that. Amen. It says this, that he shut the people up. In other words, kill that negative talk. Some people, listen, when you begin to start doing something, things begin to go the opposite way. Just like working out. I remember working out and it looked like I was supposed to be getting bigger, and I started hurting all the time, and it looked like I wasn't building up, but I was fattening up because things was going the opposite way. But if you stop, you can't stop. You got all that negative talk, that environment that you're around. You got to kill that noise, just like Caleb did. The Bible says he silenced the people so that they can begin to, it wouldn't affect the other people's mindset.
Yes.
So they could see it. What gets you out of place of being unstuck and start producing greatness? First, you got to know who you are. Second, you got to begin to see it. Third, you got to begin to say it.
Say it.
And then fourth, if you want to put a fourth to this, or number 4 on this strategy, you got to begin to take some action towards what you see and what you believe. You got to do something. You can't sit there and expect something going to happen, and you ain't producing anything or putting no action towards it.
Just wish.
Just wish. A lot of people wish. Listen, everybody want to be better. Everybody wants some things to happen. They just talking about it, and here's what they do. They stay continually talking about the badness that's going on. And I say this all the time because I learn it. The difference between the poor man and the rich man is the rich man going to begin to get up and do something. The poor man going to continually talk about what he should do. And he going to stay right there. Or he going to talk about how bad the situation is. He going to continue to mix his mind